What is going on, crypto people? Hey, what's going on, guys? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Yes, it is Generational Wealth Wednesday. How are you guys doing tonight? Hopefully everyone is doing cool. Shout out to all my friends out in the podcast land. Guys, we stream on podcasts on all Spotify, iTunes, Anchor. You pick one, we're there. So be sure to check us out. If you're driving, you got to drive to work or something, you want to check out the Crypto Siege, you can do so on podcasts. Guys, good to see you tonight. Frank McGillicuddy, what's going on, bro? Good to see you tonight. TJ Jackson is in the building. Yeah, so we're going to talk about, are you working for the worst kind of income? That's a pretty heavy statement. That's a pretty heavy statement. What's going on, Legendary? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see Alex Jeet is in the building. Are you working for the worst kind of income? Wow. And given today's environment, that's probably a really more important question, more so than anybody hear about the new stimulus? Anybody got an update on the latest stimulus stuff going on? I heard they met today. I heard that both things got through both the House and the Senate. This latest stimulus got through both, is what I heard. Did you guys hear that also? That's what I heard. They got through the House and Senate, this latest stimulus package. That's the latest I got. Crusaders fan, what's going on? Crusaders fan, good morning. Where are you checking in from, Crusaders fan? It's in the AM where you are, my friend? V-Chain's on fire. Nice. That's good to know. I have a little bit of that. Corey Anderson is in the building. Good to see you, Corey. Frank McGillicuddy says, just hearing it'll be digital is all. Yeah, so I heard that the Fed account is looking more and more like a possibility. This Fed account, digital dollar wallets managed by the Fed to kind of get this money out to people. Very, very interesting. I heard that they sent out the first wave of these prepaid cards. I don't even know who's supposed to get the prepaid cards. Who's supposed to get them? I don't even know. Purple Kush is in the building. Excuse me. Purple Kush is in the building. What's going on, Purple Kush? Hi, mate, from London, England. What's up, Cockney Bill? Good to see you, bro. All the way from the UK. Man, what time is it in the UK right now, man? What time is it in London, England? Aloha from Fort Hood, Texas. What's going on, Rod Edwin? Good to see you, bro. Junior Leaguer is here. I'm doing outstanding, my friend. How are you doing, Junior? Frank is like, oh, I think it's more like a probability. They want these digital wallets out by January of 2021. How about that? Oh, Coinbase is looking to add new assets. VeChain is on the list. Well, how about that? I will only mention Coinbase because my dude TJ Jackson mentioned the name. Wow, what happened? Where did that go? Man, this thing is kicking right now. TJ Jackson says Coinbase looking to add new assets. VeChain is on the list. How about that? Yeah, you can get that Coinbase effect. I don't really mention their name much. Not a fan of Coinbase, but I do realize and understand that the Coinbase effect is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah, it is a real thing. Absolutely. It's a real thing. So this is what I'm hearing. Yeah, the last 4 million people get the stimulus card. Oh, so it's the last 4 million. Okay, to get that card. Okay. Got it. So they're trying to catch up. Tyler Tucker, Siege, what's up, bro? What's up with you, Tyler? Good to see you. Christmas is looking good. It is. It really is looking good. Yeah, so we went over the on the channel about Congress is looking at a different way, different options for getting out this next round of the stimulus. So we shall see what that's all about. We shall see. Oh yeah, very limited in Florida. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I hear you. I know. So Deep Mind was saying he uses BitTrue. He uses the XRP, does a little arbitraging. XRP for some VeChain. I say, isn't that interesting? Yeah, man. You can really kind of you take a certain portion of the XRP, you could get a serious amount of VeChain right now. Man. XRP Wrangler. Yeah, Zilica's going crazy. Good to see you, XRP Wrangler. My dude is in the Zill big time, but I got in on the Facebook Libra thing, thinking that it was going to be the Zill thing, but I sold, cashed out immediately after I found out that it was not. But yeah, Zill's doing his thing. It's up over 200%, I believe. Yeah, Tyler 1013 is here. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, Frank. Me too. And yeah, it's a little disturbing on the can't do much with that now. Because in the beginning, even after the cutoff date, I was still able to do my normal stuff with the regular Binance, but now there just aren't the options. Cockney Bill, what price do you reckon XRP will be at the end of the year? I don't make price predictions, my friend. So by the end of the year, I have no idea. I really don't. I think more so January, February for XRP in terms of something to be excited about from the regular TA perspective, from the regular TA's perspective, not from news, not from an IPO or anything like that, from a regular TA perspective. Cockney Bill, I would look at January. I'm looking at January and February for XRP in terms of, the dollars amount type deal. Man, good for you, TJ Jackson. You doing your thing, bro. I hear you. I sold everything. I got a few things now. I wanted to hit the watermark with XRP. I did that, but I have a few things, but nothing, really big. Some ERD and some data. Of course, VeChain. That's the one that I would really like to really get to a milestone with is VeChain. But we got to get this we got to get our sound savings instrument intact, and I want to do that sooner than later. So got to get that intact by probably no later than July 1st, maybe August, but I'm shooting for July 1st to get that intact. And so, yeah, we're kind of stretching. We're stretching on that. So I've only been doing like $100 here and $100 there. So, because we're stretching to get that premium met. So what's up, Deep Mind? Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, at a minimum for me, half of this is Crypto Siege and Crypto Siege's household. You guys don't want to take investment advice from a dude on YouTube. This is Crypto Siege. I'm looking for a minimum of a half a mil of VeChain. A minimum. As far as, landmark type, deal. But I know plenty of people got plenty of VeChain and Zill. My one guy, man, just how do you put 80 grand USD into a digital asset? Like 80 grand. 80. Yeah. So, half a mil Deep Mind. It's not bad, but I think for me, I want to match my level of interest and, my conviction for VeChain. I want to match it in terms of what I have. And so, Yeah, so I want to get to at least that. And I think I don't even remember. I forget, but ultimately 1 mil V chain. I mean, what is it? 0.007, maybe 0.008, maybe. But in any case, guys, listen, wanted to talk to you guys about the worst kind of income. Are you working for the worst kind of income? Generational Wealth Wednesday, and talk about that a little bit. The strategy that we came up with this together on this channel for generational wealth, and that is generational wealth. Let me type that in here. GW equals BA plus SSI, sound savings instruments, multiplied by, do I have a multiplication thing on here? I don't have a multiplication. That's a bummer. Well, I'll put it in parentheses so you'll know. Cash flow business. Generational wealth equals digital assets plus sound saving instruments, plural. If you can get them, the more the merrier, multiplied by a cash flow business. Oh, somebody said use X. Use X, you bonehead. You bonehead, use X. All right, let me use X. Multiplied by cash flow business. That's the generational wealth strategy. So here's the thing, guys. Put that there in the chat. Here's the thing. Are you working for the worst kind of income? This is a tough one for a lot of people. It really is. It's a tough one for a lot of people. And I always tell a lot of people, if I'm counseling, right, we do a lot of coaching and in our business model. And I always tell people, look, it's not really your fault. Not really. Right. I mean, listen, Mr. Rockefeller and JP Morgan got together back in the day and got to the people in charge of the financial education system and said, hey, we don't want thinkers. Take all that financial education out. We want workers. And it was a literal quote. We don't want workers. We don't want thinkers. We want workers. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what the dude said, Mr. Rockefeller said. So they took things like of financial education, like financial statements, for example. What's an asset and what's a liability, for example. All of these things were taken out, and what was added or what was emphasized was go to school, get a good job, work hard, pay your taxes, surprise, surprise, get out of debt, save money, and invest in the stock market. That's what we've been taught and taught. Go to school, get a good job, work hard, pay your taxes, get out of debt, right? Save money and invest in the stock market. The challenge is that the 1%, and especially the 1% of the 1%, don't operate in that model. Certainly not their entire life, but they end up not working in that model. For Sale says, what did I miss? Not much, For Sale. Good to see you, my friend. We just been hanging out, talking about Zil, talking about VeChain, talking about that stuff for the most part. But we're going to talk about the three, the worst kind of income. It's most important for us to learn what are the three type of incomes first. I'm going to share a little chart with you guys. Financial education is a big, big deal. That's why they took it out. That's why, think about the fact that JP Morgan and Rockefeller literally went, whether it be the Board of Education, whether they strong-armed people in Congress, whoever, but they literally said, we don't want to teach these people to be thinkers. We want them to be workers. That's tough, right? So of course, the vast majority of us, that's what we did, right? Go to school, get a good job, work hard, pay your taxes, get out of debt, right? Save money and invest in the stock market. And what I mean by save money is in the traditional sense of putting it in the bank. Maybe a CD, maybe a CD, maybe a money market, but the traditional, just put it in the bank and save. That's what we've been taught. So the three types of incomes. Anybody know what the three types of income there are? There really is only three types of income. Anybody care to guess what those might be? Three types of income. Purcell says, yeah, that's what they've been telling us, and it's a big freaking lie. That's the truth, my friend. Purcell, that is the truth. Because that's what they wanted. They wanted workers. Why? Because they had the companies. They had the companies. They didn't want competition. They didn't want other people being entrepreneurs and with an entrepreneurial mindset. Don't forget, Bretton Woods was a group of dudes, including J.P. Morgan. So, let's not forget that, those kind of things happen. A couple guys, three guys get together and put something in place for the entire country. And this was something that they put, Bretton Woods was for the entire world. So, you get those kind of people together and they can implement things. So if they can do Bretton Woods, they certainly can put something in the financial education system, right? Think about that. So that's the word. Oh, I see some passive. What's going on, Chanel? Good to see you on the stream, miss. See some passive. I seen some earned. Gold Steve's in the building. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you on the stream tonight. Oh, nice. Got your LLC. Nice, TJ Jackson. Good for you, bro. Proud of you, man. Proud of you, bro. Got that done. That's nice. That is nice. That is a nice move. Protect them assets, right? Protect them assets. So, yeah, let's share. Hey, Catherine, good to see you in the stream, miss. Good to see you. Let me share something with you guys. Forgive my handwriting. It's what we would say brutal. Absolutely, Gold Steve. I'm doing good, bro. Good to see you, Steve. So this is something that I kind of drew up. Yeah, I know. My handwriting is terrible. I know. It's terrible. So three types of income. There's earned income, and there's portfolio income, and then there's passive income. And there's passive income. So you guys are right, passive, earned income. And so the third is portfolio income. And so earned income is what the vast majority, right? 90-something% of the populace. Oh, before I tell you that, did you guys know that in the good old, listen, 1,700 millionaires a day. There are today, 1,700 people became a millionaire today. Not globally, guys, not globally. Not in Europe, not in Latin America, in the good old US of A. 1,700 new millionaires today. That's 51,000 new millionaires per day. I was just sharing this earlier today with some friends of mine, business partners, and I'm like, this is what we want for you. 51,000 a month, over 600,000 in a year. Can you imagine that? Why not you, right? Why not you? So listen, guys, three types of income. Earned income, that's what the vast majority of people do. Again, go to school, get a good job, work hard, pay taxes, get out of debt, save money, and invest in the stock market. That's earned income. That's earned income. The challenge with that is that's where the most tax is collected from the IRS. Earned income pay the most in taxes. That's a challenge. Then there's the portfolio income, right? And again, that's the stocks, right? The mutual funds, the 401ks, right? Real estate, right? The challenge with those is there's the capital gains tax involved in those, right? Anything where you can get a chance to buy low and sell high, you got the capital gains tax. That is not in your favor. And then the best kind of income is the passive income. Rich Dad calls it cash flow income. Robert Kiyosaki calls it cash flow income. He's not actually the real rich dad. You guys know that? His father was actually the real rich dad. Not his father, his best friend or a friend. I don't know if it was his best friend. But passive income, and the reason for that is because, again, you have the best chance for the zero, setting yourself up for 0% taxes, which is a cool thing. Cash flow is another name for it, and I love it because I think it's important that we all have this cash flow business. So those are the three types of incomes: earned, portfolio, and passive income. Earned, portfolio, and passive. And again, the earned income is where you pay the most taxes. What's going on, XRP Gal? Oh man, got all the ladies of crypto on the stream tonight. Good to see you, XRP Gal. Right? So the challenge always is, how do we, it's really, I don't know, most people do the earned income and then they go to the portfolio, right? They get the earned income and then they go into the portfolio income. That's what most people do. So yeah, you go from being the most taxed to still being heavily taxed because of you're in that capital gains type of thing, right? And the real estate thing has to be really clarified or quantified or clarified, probably, right? You can get some real estate where you're flipping, right? To buy it, fix it up, flip it. That's right. That's going to get you some capital gains tax. Or you can, if you do it a different way, you hold it, right? That's a different type of thing. You can create passive income from that. You can create passive income from that and avoid the capital gains tax, right? So those are the three. So I want to kind of clarify the thing about real estate. But that's kind of the challenge, is really learning the differences and understanding the ins and outs of those three different kinds of income. Passive income, I love it because you can generate it from sound savings instruments, and you can generate it from a cash flow business. If you have a cash flow business, you can generate this passive cash flow income. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, they purposely stopped teaching that in school, Siege. Yep, early 1900s. Yeah, it was, that's exactly right, Frank. It was J.P. Morgan and Mr. Rockefeller who came together to stop teaching that. That's exactly right, purposely. Yeah, wow is right. Steve, wow is right. But yeah, think about that. 1,700 a day, right? A day. Yes, XRP Gal. If you trade, if you're in a Roth IRA and you're trading, you do avoid those capital gains. Absolutely. On the earnings. Absolutely. If that if once you trade, you avoid it, and if they go up, absolutely, you're good in the Roth IRA, right? The vast majority of people, because the taxes are paid in the front, right? TJ Jackson, right? So taxes are paid in the front of a Roth IRA. So you pay it. You got 1,000, you're going to pay the taxes going in, right? So you end up with 800 or 700 going into the Roth because you're going to pay the taxes up front. Absolutely, right? And so the thing is where's your thinking and where's your mindset? Where do you comfortably fit? Where do you comfortably fit? You know, some people, you know, the way that they're going to avoid some taxes and avoid capital gains is going to be through the Roth IRA. Other people are going to hang out in the passive right space. They're going to have a cash flow business. They're going to treat real estate and build and gather and create real estate to create cash flow, passive income. But that takes financial education, and it's not one property, right? You're going to get into the real estate business, right? One property is not going to produce, you know, cash flow, right? It's certainly not going to produce cash flow. Not that you can't make $10 or $25 or $100 a month, but I'm talking about passive income where you can, you know, create financial freedom or financial independence. That is going to take several pieces of property, several pieces, right? So you're going to be in the real estate business. Yeah, Deep Mind is a great point. XRP Gal, this Deep Mind says, careful with the Roth IRA tax, the tax limits. Withdrawal rules could get you in hot water. Otherwise, yes, great option. Yep. And you want to be familiar, intimately familiar with those. What are the rules? What are the withdrawal rules and limits? What does it look like in terms of taxes? You know, I mean, $7 grand, you know, rolling over something is cool, but, you know, yearly $7 grand is, I'm thinking of doing some day trading this year. Oh, yeah. I hear you, Corey. Be careful with the day trading, my friend. Make sure you do some homework, do due diligence, follow some smart people. Yeah. So passive income, right? So let me share my screen again and share something with you guys just to see what you guys are thinking. Eyes of Leon. What's going on, Eyes of Leon? Got a couple of people from London, huh? XRP, we're all good now from the London, UK. What time is it out there in London, man? I always get confused. Good to see you on the stream. We got 2 guys here from London. Appreciate you hanging out. I know you have to wait 5 years before you can touch it. 5 years, yeah, a minimum of 5 years, right? When you first started. Absolutely. And that, I guess it all depends. This whole 59.5 thing is funny. It's a funny thing. But let me share something with you guys here. Like, it's my money, and, you know, anyway, that's why my sound savings instruments are just, you know, look, for me, they're going to be different. Celsius Network and dividend paying whole life insurance, where I have access to my money 24/7. What happened here? What happened to my thing? What happened to my thing here? Why is that not showing up? Can you guys see that? I don't think you can. Let's see here. Let me see. So, kind of just a brief little synopsis, if you will, overview of a statement, a financial statement, right? Over on the right, you got income, you got expenses, Generally earned income, portfolio income, one of the biggest expenses is going to be your taxes. And then on the bottom right, you got the assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities. Let me see if I make sure this is shared right. Let me see something. Try this again. Cancel, share. It's not showing up, so I hope you guys can see it. Let me see. Nope, don't see anything. Yeah, this great. It's not working for some reason. That sucks. It was working earlier. Now it's not working. Let me see something. Share web note. So in any case, I want to give you guys a, kind of an example or something that's really, really important to make. Also might make sense to consider a future event where the authorities can simply rewrite the Roth rules and make them taxable. It's a very good point, my friend. Deep mind, dropping some nuggets, dropping some wisdom, guys. Also, it might make sense to consider a future event where the authorities can simply rewrite the Roth rules and make them taxable. And trust me when I say they did that over and over with mutual funds. They did it over and over with retirement plans. They just changed the rules. They changed the rules. They changed them from what was once a great pension, right? And then they came up with these 401s, right? Changed the rules. They changed the rules. And so that is always a possibility without question. Great point, Deep Mind. It's always a possibility of changing the rules. And so, you know, for me, the sound savings instruments that I'm involved in have, I have greater control, right? Celsius Network, greater control. Dividend paying whole life insurance over 2 years, 200 years of paying dividends, right? Access to my money, right? Don't have to prove to the banker that I'm worthy of accessing capital, right? You don't have to do that, right? So, you know, written in law that what the dividends are, that type of thing. So it's a really, really the definition of dividends in terms of not paying taxes and using your money tax-free. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool deal. But we have to start where we can start, right? And we have to play in the thing that makes us most comfortable. It's really, really important to understand that. You got to play where you're most comfortable. And then you just level up your education, and then you decide, well, you know what? I'm a little bit more comfortable doing something else. Hold on a second. You know, because I've done my homework, I've done my due diligence, and I'm more comfortable here. So, yeah. So let's think about this for a second. Portfolio income, real estate, in a lot of ways, can be portfolio income, right? A lot of people love to get into real estate, and they love to buy properties and these different things. And absolutely nothing is wrong with that, right? Especially if you know how to manage it. But it is a big management game. You're going to have to definitely level up your management skills without question. But here's a question for you guys. Let's say you purchase some property for $1 million. Danny Loff is in the building. What's up, Danny? How you doing, my friend? Let's say you guys do me a favor, smash the like and subscribe. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel, if you join the hangout, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Let's say you have $1 million. You bought a property for $1 million. And over the course of 3 to 5 years, let's say, it is now worth $10 million. Like, whoa, 5 years, whoa. So you bought it for $1 million. And now it's worth 10 million. You get the word, whoa, 10 million. What do you do? What do you do with that property? Do me a favor, comment in the chat. What do you do with that property? You purchased it for $1 million and whoa, it's worth $10 million. 10 million. What do you guys do? I'd love to hear you guys answer. Purchased it for $1 million. It's worth $10 million now. What do you do? Yep. You purchased it for $1 million, Frank McGillicuddy. 5 years later, it's now valued at $10 million. Your own property is valued at $10 million. Deep Mind says, I'd call Siege right away. So what would you do? Catherine said, take equity. What does that look like, Catherine Parson? Taking equity. What does that look like? Well, XRP said, put it on a Ledger Nano X. So, yeah, I mean, here it is, right? You got $1 million. You purchase it for $1 million. It's now valued at $10 million. Frank McGillicuddy says, first thing, I talk to my CPA. Smart answer. Somebody says, depends on the market. It makes sense to not sell. So if you're not selling, what are you going to do, XRP Gal? Crusaders fan says, sell it. Jackie 33, property exchange. What does that look like? Please tell me more, Jackie. Property exchange. What does that look like? Crusaders fan said, sell it and live the good life. Cool, cool, cool. One of the things that we've been all taught, and I get it, we've been all taught it. We've all been taught this. So it's no one's fault, is get out of debt. Is get out of debt, right? XRP Gal, equity loan on a new venture. Jackie 33 says, I have no idea. That's funny. Yeah, so look, when you sell the property, you now have $9 million capital gains tax to pay. $9 million. $9 million. Here's and this is just a thought because you have options. But another thought is, instead of paying that $9 million in capital gains, if you refinance the property for the value it is, you still get your $9 million. Danny Loft said it. Danny Loft's right up there said it. I didn't even see that. No, you refi the property and parlay the equity for expansion. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a passive income mindset. That's a passive income strategy. So once you refi, that $9 million is debt. It's debt. And you don't pay any taxes on it. None, zero, nada. Don't pay any taxes. And that is just really kind of a mindset thing, strategy thing. Well, hey, look, some people are going to be like, I am out. I'll pay the $9 million. I'll pay the taxes on the $9 million, and I'm out. That's right. You're a winner. That's a winner's mindset. Exactly right, Danny Law. Right. 1031 property exchange. Okay, there you go. I'm not familiar with it. That Jackie 33. We'll have to learn about that together. But that's the winner's mindset. Yeah. Right. And so it all depends on where you are. Like some people like, I'll pay the taxes. I don't even know what $9 million in capital gains tax would look like. It depends on your income bracket. And others are like, you know what? I can get that $9 million and pay no taxes. Refinance the property, get the $9 million, and not pay any taxes. Right there. Oh, I love that. I love that, Catherine. Catherine's like, I got some plans. And I love that. Whatever I want to build, take money out to do more, travel, build a bit. Where did that go? Build a complex. Refinancing is a way to pull money out. Yep. Absolutely. Danny Law says, I played in the commercial real estate game, right? There you go. And so that, right. So that's an option in terms of taxes. And, I remember when this question was posed to us, and I was thinking like, wow, that's an interesting thing. You still get the 9. It's considered debt. You don't pay any taxes. We had a bunch of people saying, well, but you got a loan now. You still got to pay. Still got to pay the loan, right? And it's just, if you're educated enough financially, you know how to do it. Now, I just found something out today about the EIDL loan and this from the SBA and the grant money that's supposed to come with it. So now apparently, they've been playing a little bit of games with the SBA, saying in order to get the grant, you have to take the loan, the EIDL loan. Well, someone kind of cleverly came up with, well, cool, I'll take the loan. I'll take the loan and I'll put it in account A. And when I get the grant, I'll take that loan money and pay 100% back the following day. Right? Right? There's no early payment penalty. But a lot of people were turning, they were so frustrated with this whole loan thing. They're like, no, I am not going to do that loan. I'm not going to get a loan if I have to. I'm not going to do that. Because the idea of getting into debt was so scary. Because this is the way we've been taught. It was so scary. And if you're not comfortable, and if you don't know, if you don't have the financial education to deal with the debt, of course it's going to be scary. And the challenge is we've never been taught in school how to deal with debt, how to manage debt, how to leverage debt. We've never been taught that. So everybody was like, oh, no. I mean, all these small business owners, independent contractors, sole proprietors, they were like, no, forget it. Never mind. I'll figure it out. I'm not getting a loan. I'm not getting a $10,000 loan, right? They're thinking, no, right? They're like, no, because the SBA was saying you got to do the loan and then you'll get the grant, right? And the idea was that loan boggled the brain so much that they missed out on the grant, on the free money. And then no one thought to themselves, okay, it's a loan. There's money just sitting here. I'll just send them back. I'll just send all that money back. Because the SBA straight out said the grant is associated with the loan. You do the loan, you get the grant. And people are literally like, no, yeah, thank you. Because again, if we're not taught if we're not taught how to manage that, if we're not taught what a financial statement looks like, income, right, with expenses, with assets, liabilities, if we're not taught that, we don't know how to visualize it. We don't know how to think about it. We don't know how to maneuver in that space. Of course, we're going to be afraid of debt. We've never been taught how to manage debt, how to leverage debt. So of course, we're going to be afraid. Of course, we're going to be afraid. You know? That's right. Maybe so. That's correct. JP Morgan used debt to get where he is. Like a relationship, sometimes you take risks. I love my wife. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's very, very true. But she got trained. He got educated about it. And then, the original decided, him and Mr. Rockefeller, we're going to take that thing out. Take it out. Jackie 33 said, my interest rate is, wait a minute. So did you get one, Jackie? My interest rate is 3% for 30 years. No prepayment penalty. It's a no-brainer. So did you got the EIDL, or was that the paycheck protection one? I don't think the paycheck protection one is a loan. So Jackie, 33, you got the EIDL. She's like, it's a no-brainer. I love that. Just like, this is cake, 3%. I'm good. And again, it's just money there. It's just money there, right? So did you get the same thing where they were saying that the grant was associated with the EIDL, Jackie? Yeah, leveraging debt is the key, maybe sober. And it's being educated about it enough so that you're not afraid of it. Wow. So your grant came before. Nice. The grant came before the loan. Nice. Yeah, that's exactly right. The grant is free money. It is free money. Yeah. The grant came before the loan. That person isn't informed. You don't have to take the loan. The grant was basically free money. Yep. Of course you don't have to take it, right? Even if they send it, even if you say, yeah, I'll take it, and they send it, you don't have to spend it. You don't have to spend the money. You know, if the grant don't come, if the loan comes first, just put the money right there. It's just hanging out. When the grant money comes in, ship it off. Oh man, Jackie 33 is not messing around. She said, I got the PPP, the grant, and the EIDL. Man, nice. I need to learn from you. How did you do that, Jackie 33? I need to know how you did that. You got all three? Nice. Very, very nice. And that's not being afraid. Ultimately, that's about saying I'm deserving and not being afraid. Because in either case, 3% for 30 years? Well, right. Yeah, there you go. She got all. The grant was free money. Let me share this. Jackie 33 is doing her thing. I'm hear you. My friend did. She took the loan. She took the EIDL loan and the grant money. She took it like, yep, no worries. So she got 20 grand. It's like no worries. You know, I didn't know it was 3% for 30 years though. Nice. Jackie 33 said the grant was free money. The PPP will be forgiven. Yeah. The loan had great terms. Deep Mind says in one of my LLCs, I got the loan. No advance. Results are variable. No advance. What's that? What does that mean? You got the loan. You didn't get the grant. Is that what you're saying, Deep Mind? You got the EIDL. Yeah. And I got, and then they changed kind of the, they changed the percentage of what you have to put in towards the business and what you just, whatever. So you used to think it'd be 75% and 25%. And I think no EIDL. Okay, cool. Gotcha. You didn't get the EIDL. Gotcha. And so they changed it now, which is good. You don't have to worry about that, man. I tell you. They changed it to 60-40. So it's now 60% supposed to go towards some business stuff. And 40%, we've been in business for 26 years, not scared. Oh, I hear you, Jackie 33. Exactly. That's exactly right. Jackie 30. We've been in business for 26 years, not scared. Yep. And this is money that we are deserving, right? And by the way, guys, if you got a cash flow business, or if you do, that counts. Sole proprietors, independent contractors, and the likes, they all count, all eligible for it. The question is, do you have a cash flow business? Independent contractors, sole proprietors, all count. Home-based business owners, all count, all eligible. The question is, do you have one where you can show a 1099 if asked? if asked, do you have a 1099 to show? Again, we talked about the fact that, hey, if you're in the earned income spot and that's all you got about 8 write-offs. If you're in the employee spot, you got about 8. If you're in the home-based business owner spot, you got over 400 available to you. It's a great point, Deep Mind, and it's important. And again, when I'm talking to people, I do tell them, I'm counseling. I'm like, look, it's not your fault. I get it. You don't understand. We weren't taught that, but I can show you. You can get yourself. I can show you how to start a business from your home for pennies. For pennies, less than $100. For pennies. Take advantage. Listen, you got to know the rules. Right? Got to know the rules and then play the game by the rules. You got to know the rules and then play the game by the rules. But if you don't understand the rules, I mean, why do you think there's only roughly 8 tax write-offs for employees and over 400 for home-based business owners? Why do you think that is? Right? Now, if you want to generate a cash flow business, that's cool. That's what we did. If you want the write-offs, that's cool. Right? You got to start somewhere, but until you kind of get into that mindset, I do, Chanel. Until you kind of get into that like mindset and kind of understanding what that looks like, I mean, we're in the anti-aging space. That's what we do. We're in the anti-aging space, right? And so, and when we teach people how to create a cash flow business from that, right? And if you're not in the mindset, you're going to be like, oh, all over the place. And it's a learning thing. I mean, Jackie said 26 years, right? So she's learned a lot. The biggest mistake that people make, especially when they're talking about home-based business, is they think that, you know what, I'm going to go, when they talk about being in business for yourself, what they think is, I'm going to leave my home. I'm going to go find some property. I'm going to set up a brick and mortar with a storefront sign, or, you know what, I don't feel like thinking about where to get it and brick and mortar. I'm going to go get a franchise and let them do that thinking for me. Right? And what people don't understand is, and what people miss is, the same dollar that the person who purchased $1 million McDonald's franchise, more like 2 million, the same dollar that the franchise owner purchased $50,000 to $75,000 for a franchise, and the same small business or home-based business owner that pays less than $200 to get started, they are all each working for the same dollar. They're just starting off in different places. You can start off $2 million in debt. You can start off $50,000 to $75,000 in debt, or you could pay $200, $100 to start yourself a cash flow business. It's the same dollar, right? So here's the funny thing, right? The McDonald's franchise owner, right? When he walks into the bank, or he works, let's say, when he walks into the bank to deposit his $1 and he gets a receipt for $1, he doesn't say, wait a minute, this is a McDonald's franchise dollar. Like, this dollar should be worth $1.50. Right? Could you imagine the bank teller or the bank manager looking at this dude like, what? It's the same. No, sir. I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as a McDonald's owner dollar. being worth $1. It's the same. You see that dude over there, his dollar from his home-based business. Yeah, your guys' dollar is worth the same dollar. It's worth the same amount. Again, guys, about 8 write-offs to over 400 write-offs. Makes you think. Makes you think. It really does make you think. So guys, listen, this has been a really, really cool hangout. Chanel, do you have my email? Did I? Let me put my email down there. So, I mean, it's there. It's there for us. It's there. You just have to know the rules and then play the game by the rules. It's your money. When it comes tax time, that's your money. You earned the money. Jackie 33, yeah. Dive deeper into the home-based businesses? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's some great ones out there. There's some great ones out there. There's some not so great ones out there, right? I mean, there's some great franchises. There's some not great franchises out there. They're not cash flowing, right? They are not cash flowing. You sign all them contracts and all that paperwork for maybe, for maybe you'll get your money back, after 5-7 years, maybe. That's a lot of stuff to be signing for a maybe, but yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. Deep dive. Jackie 33 says, can you do a deep dive? Can you dive deeper into a home-based? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do that. Talk a little bit about that. That's our wheelhouse, right? So definitely we'll talk to you guys about that. But listen, guys, it's been a great hangout. It's been a really, really, really cool hangout for sure. Love Generational Wealth Wednesdays. Guys, it's your money. It's your money. Get your money back. You're not don't break the rules, okay? Learn the rules and then play the game by the rules, right? And Chanel, I put my email there, my Proton email there that I use for the channel. So have it. So, right. So know the rules, right? Level up your education so that you know the rules and then play the game by the rules. That's the best, that's one of the best advice I can give you guys. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a really, really cool hangout. Shout out to all the ladies of crypto that came to hang out. Man, I tell you, I gotta up my game. Jackie 33 got all the loans. She's like, I am deserving of some working capital. Okay. I hear you, miss. And you are deserving. Absolutely. All right, guys, I am going to wrap up the stream. What did Deep Mind just say? Let me make sure I catch that. What did he say? Man, this thing was screaming. Deep Dive, I got to find your thing, man. You said some good stuff. I saw you something about streams of income. I want to cover this before I get off. There it is. 5 varied streams of income mix, or else you're treading water, right? And so that's a goal. That's a great goal. A big but worth goal for financial stability, regardless of temporary market temperaments. Exactly. Got to get those streams of income. It's so very, very important. That's where we live. That's where we live. That's where we live. And don't get me wrong, I started in the high earned income. That's where I started as a federal employee. But once I realized those advantages of the home-based business, I'm like, yeah, right? Because I was single and, I'm not married. Me and Miss Crypto Siege aren't married yet. So the single thing is, right, that's, yeah, I was going to make a point to get my money back. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it big time. Never ever forget this, guys. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.